What's up YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. This is Aisha's Tech Room. Today we're going to talk about where to start learning how to code. And my first tip is to research. Research is quite important when you are thinking of coming into the programming industry or in the software developing industry. And what research helps you to do is to find out what are the different languages out there that might help you to become the programmer that you want to be. And there are like tons of different languages out there. You can research about whether you want to learn about JavaScript, whether you want to learn about Python or C++, you name it. But it's important for you to see whether those languages are something that you want to pursue, and if that is the case, you can go in for it. My next tip is to basically process. I know some people skip this step because they might think it's not very important, but I would say it's really very important for you to process after when you research. Think about it like this: you pick up like different types of languages that you think might suit you. What you need to do now is to process, to basically see what are the pros and what are the cons of the different types of languages that you research about. And if you have answers to those questions and you feel like you are ready, then you start making a decision in terms of, yes, I want to choose JavaScript, or yes, I want to choose Python. But this step, I personally think, is very important for you to take when you are thinking of where to start learning how to code. My next tip is to use online resources like Free Codecamp, Codewar, Codecademy, Udemy Academy. There are different online resources that you can explore. I used a lot of Codecademy and Codewar. Those platforms basically help you to use their online tools to practice, to learn. If you basically want to think about where to start, I will really recommend to use those online resources. It will help you a lot. Another tip is for you to maybe join a bootcamp. Bootcamps are really very helpful. It's there for adults who want to learn new skills in the short term, and you will really benefit a lot when you're thinking of where to start learning how to code. I went to a bootcamp and I did it for almost half a year, and it was one of the best decisions of my life. I learned the foundations of how to program that helped me until today in my career as a software developer. So I would encourage you, if you are someone who's thinking of where to start, to look into boot camps. Another tip that I have, if you are thinking of where to start to learn how to code, is to enroll and do a programming course in the university. Some people call it college, but that also, it's a good first step. And what you need to do is to find a course. I would say a computer science 101 course, or just some object-oriented programming, you name it. There are lots of programming courses in universities of your choice that you can apply for and do a semester and see like if this is something for you. And if you think like learning from those courses would be of benefit for you, you should definitely check that out. But I know universities offer courses that can help you to code. My next tip is to watch tutorials from YouTube. So if you're thinking of where to start, you should definitely check out YouTube tutorials. I personally watch lots of YouTube tutorials when I was looking for where to start how to code. I remember my first project was actually WordPress project that I built my first website, but then I used Elementor, for example, where I was using their design tools to build my page. And I did that through YouTube, and I spent hours. By then, I have no idea about what programming languages are there. I have no idea what I was doing, but I know I wanted to design a web page. So yeah, I will definitely recommend for you to watch YouTube tutorials, and especially if you are someone who really like to see visual stuff, YouTube is for you. So check it out and watch tutorials of the different languages, and it will really get you started. My next tip is to read books. Again, there are different books out there, and some people would say when you are learning how to program, you shouldn't be reading books, you should be building instead. But I encourage for people to read books because books are there for a reason, and if you read them, it will help you to have an understanding of a specific language, right? I personally had used books like Eloquent Javascript, Think Like a Programmer, and JavaScript The Definitive guide, but I will link it in the description box below. But yeah, read books, it will help you a lot if you're thinking of where to get started. My next tip is to find a mentor. Mentors will help you to get advice, and they will guide you through when you are down. That's the importance of getting a mentor. You find a mentor that will teach you about everything that you need to know, because it's sometimes hard to get started and you will need someone to help you along the way. And in making that happen, you need to find a mentor in the industry. If you don't know anyone who is in the field, make sure you reach out to people in the social media or LinkedIn and so on. People are usually very happy to help if you are interested in what they're doing at some point. So yeah, feel free to do that. My next tip is to do a project. Doing a project is a very significant part of learning how to code. An example of a project could be a gaming project. I remembered building tic-tac-toe. I spoke about this in my other video. Tic-tac-toe is like a very good first project, and it will help you to build a game that will teach you not only to know how to build a small game, it's also a very good first step of building your own project. My last and final tip is do not be hard on yourself. This is very important, and celebrate small victories, be happy, take baby steps, go for a walk if you're not feeling super motivated in a specific day, and just don't be hard on yourself. That's very important. Also, if you want to learn how to code, don't be super hard on yourself. Be nice to yourself, and just know that this process would take some time, but you're going to get there with time if you are hardworking and you are motivated. I hope this is helpful. I just thought to come here to share this video, especially for you guys out there who are thinking of where to get started when learning how to code. If you have any questions, drop them down. Also, make sure you hit the subscribe button and like this video. I put some amount of time in doing this content, and I really appreciate each and every one of you watching this video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!